So AI just made your domain expertise worth $50 an hour on Upwork. This is pretty damn serious. See, what I'm finding is we're not now competing with people that are younger than us. We're actually competing with algorithms. It's getting nuts out there. And I don't think most people actually foreseen this. They haven't foreseen it in 2025, but in 2026, this is going to be pretty damn serious. AI is moving so fast that I don't think most people in the workplace are actually ready for it. They're thinking about competing. When they go into the likes of LinkedIn, they're thinking of competing with younger people, younger members of the population, but they don't realize, forget about the younger people now. We are actually now battling against AI algorithms. And what I'm seeing this year is 40% of our knowledge is being automated, okay? And that's not coming, that's actually here now. And to give you some context, Goldman Sachs and McKinsey data shows about 300 million full-time roles are affected globally. And the disruption is not theoretical, it's hitting analytical, writing and strategic roles for anyone over 40. And this is the problem. I'm just trying to change mentalities here. The expertise you thought was going to lead you all the way to your pension age, that is being automated at the moment. So if you're not trying to do something about that now, there's going to be a lot of trouble in a year, 5 years, 10 years time. And again, what my research is telling me is if you've got generic skills, okay, skills where you're just sitting on the computer, entering data onto a computer, they're in risk actually in 2026. And this AI disruption is going to hit us like a hurricane in 2026. Honestly, it's going to hit us like a hurricane. It's here. It's not something that's coming. It's here now. So this is what I can see happening in 2026. I think there's not going to be a dramatic loss of jobs, but I think the actual wage increases are going to start slowing down. I think as managers, as CEOs start to get their actual their employees to actually use these tools a lot more, they're going to find that even though their employees are going to be a lot more productive, they're not going to give them pay rises because they know that the AI tools are just getting so much better that they might have 10 staff now, next year they might have 8, the year after they might just have 5. It's going to slowly start dwindling, and for that reason they don't need to actually put wages up anymore. You see what it is, traditional retirement assets grow linearly with contributions and market performance. There's no compounding leverage and you can't 10x your retirement by working twice as hard anymore. So for context, 401k limits about $23,500 a year in 2026. And to build a $2 million nest egg by 65, you need a high income and perfect market timing. But you know what the problem is? You're competing with inflation, eating your savings at 3 to 4% per annum. And this is what Gen Z are doing. They're allocating about 31% of their portfolio in stuff like crypto. And us, the over 40s, we're still stuck in index funds. And as this younger generation, they're placing their bets because in essence, they've got time to place their bets. Us over 40s, we can't. We are stuck on index funds. And yes, we might be what we consider to be in the safe lane, but honestly, with inflation eroding and eating away at our savings, I don't think there is a safe lane anymore. And in my opinion, every day that you wait, you're falling further and further behind that digital knowledge gap. So let's flip this back to the creator economy, more specifically YouTube. If you had started your YouTube channel back in 2024 as a creator, you know, obviously just teaching your knowledge and obviously selling your knowledge later on down the line, you'd have now 2 years worth of experience and 2 years worth of authority. And as a late entrant now, if you're starting in 2026, you have a steeper learning curve because the things have changed so much. You haven't been able to actually build up that compounding, that authority, that knowledge base on digital. Now, after 20 years of being in the marketing space, I think I'm seeing what most people can't see, and probably what they don't want to see as well. I can foresee that senior executives are going to be replaced by younger people that are using these AI tools, all right? And I'm not saying that our generation don't use AI tools or not in the position to, but a lot of them aren't taking it seriously. They're probably using ChatGPT, for example, for about 5 or 10 minutes a day. That's not enough. The power of these tools and the fact that they were actually getting better and better each day means you need to keep improving. You need to keep finding out exactly how these tools work and how they can benefit you in your work at the moment. And you know what? It wasn't that long ago, encyclopedias were quite valuable, weren't they? Now ChatGPT can replace that within seconds. You type something in, you want to know about something, and you're getting the answer back, and you're getting context. You can write reports, you can actually create PDFs, you can do presentations from the likes of Notebook LM, for example. These sorts of tools, if you're not using them as a content creator, if you're not using them as somebody who's working in your job at the moment, you're really going to struggle. So what am I suggesting people do? Because obviously there's a lot of doom and gloom. I know it's extremely difficult to actually leave your job at the moment, but what I'm probably suggesting is to run something in parallel is to run a YouTube channel, okay? Become a creator and run a YouTube channel in parallel with your existing job. I left my job back in June 2025. I jumped all in, but I'm not expecting anyone to do that. That was quite risky, and obviously I would not recommend it. But what I am saying, especially in 2026, is now you need to run a YouTube channel as a YouTube creator and run it in parallel with your job that you're doing at the moment. And in this video, what I want to do is give you the 3-layer content asset framework that I think you can use going forward if you want to be a YouTube creator in 2026. And you know what? This isn't hoping for the best. This isn't publishing videos and hoping for the best. This is a systematic process that I'm going to use in my world, in my life, and I'm hoping that you can do something very similar. And the reason why I've chosen YouTube as my vehicle is I can see investments that have a ceiling, okay? You can invest money, there's a lot of risk, and you're not really guaranteed money at the end of it. Whereas YouTube, for example, if you follow a systematic process, not that there's any guarantees, but all you're doing is you're using your time and you're using your mental knowledge up here to actually sell what you know. So what I want to do is I want to shift your mental model from content creation to asset allocation, all right? Think about it this way. When you get really good on YouTube, you've got something to sell, your knowledge, for example. Every time you make a video, every time you're publishing, you're getting better and better every single day. And in essence, what I want you to do is actually practice every day. I'm not necessarily saying to upload to YouTube, but face the camera like I am now. I need you to practice every single day. Just switch on the camera and start talking to the camera. And if you do it every day, you're going to get better and better and better. And first off, you can probably do shorts. Make shorts, upload them to YouTube, upload them to TikTok, upload them to Instagram for Reels. But as you get better, then you want to start doing more longer form type videos. And I'll tell you what, the better you get, the more those videos are going to compound. The more they're going to compound, the more they're going to be worth something in the future. So we've got 3 layers. We've got searchability, which is your traffic asset. We've got trust building, which is your authority asset. And we've got high ticket conversion, which is your revenue asset. And each of those layers serves a specific function. You've got awareness, you've got consideration, you've got decision. Skip one and the entire system collapses like a 3-legged stool. This isn't just social media, this is capital allocation. You're using your free time to actually build up assets. And I suppose one of the best analogies that we can think of is consistent deposits, which is you making videos on YouTube, is basically compound into passive withdrawals into the future. So to provide you context, just like your 401k contributions compound over decades, videos accumulate search authority and evergreen traffic, but without contribution limits or market crashes wiping out your gains. And I think why a lot of us struggle at our age, over 40s, I think they struggle because they think YouTube is some sort of SEO vanity play. It really isn't. It's a distribution infrastructure. When you're actually publishing videos to YouTube, it has a possibility to be distributed all over the world. So Google owns YouTube, videos rank in search results alongside articles, and then you optimize correctly and you capture intent-driven traffic that converts at 10 times higher rates than social media scrollers. But the main difference here is we're not just making videos for the sake of making videos, we're making videos that have search intent. We're making thumbnails that will stop the scroll. We are creating titles that promise specific outcomes. And what I'm teaching most people in my community, which is the Content Revenue Lab, what I'm teaching them is to actually go after pain points, all right? You have knowledge up here, you've got something to teach, but you need to actually grab people into your actual world by actually marketing to their pain points. And in essence, what you're doing is you're making these videos to solve people's problems, all right? It's not making videos for the sake of making videos. You want to start solving problems, bring them into your world, and then hopefully you've got another place that you can actually take them. And that's probably to a Skool community. And you know what? I've heard so many stories, especially people coming into the community, about how much money they've spent trying to drive traffic to a website, for example. Guys, you don't need to do that. You can use YouTube. YouTube is free, it just takes your time. And then in essence, what you're paying out in ads, you can actually start making YouTube videos and actually bring people into your world for free. So this is how it works. YouTube rewards you for watch time, all right? So the longer somebody watches your video, okay, YouTube will reward you with more views. It gives you more impressions, and then in turn, with any luck, as long as the title and the thumbnail are correct, it will reward you with more views. But it's not the only metric they're looking at. Now that people are watching more YouTube videos on their TV, they're also now looking at session time, okay? So watch time, average watch time is different to session time. Session time is if, say for example, I post my YouTube video into a forum, for example, like a school forum, okay? My own forum, for example, what YouTube is looking at is looking at where did that person come from? Did they come from another YouTube video or do they come off platform? Then what happens is if they come off platform and they watch my video and then they watch another one and then another one and another one, or they watch two of my videos and then watch a longer podcast video, for example, that is considered session time. The time that actually brought the person onto the platform, how long are they actually staying on YouTube? And that is what they're looking for, and that's the secret. So when you make YouTube videos, you can't just have it in isolation. You need to actually share it on other platforms. Specifically, in my case, it'd be my Skool Community, for example. I will share it in there, and then hopefully enough people come through and it increases the actual session time they are actually on YouTube. And the reason why YouTube like to do that, or they want you to do that, is they can show more advertising on that video. All right, that's what it's all about. YouTube is a business, it's owned by Google, and they will want you to actually bring people onto the platform to show more ads to, all right? It just so happens that we have our own agenda as well, and that's educating people, bringing them into our world, and then actually sending them to our Skool community. That's what my recommendation is at the moment. And listen, just think about it. Your audience aren't teenagers. These are professionals. These are adults. These are people that want trust. They want authority first before they start doing anything, all right? And because of your age, okay, and because of what you know up here, they are willing to trust you as long as you bring authority in your videos. So what you've done is you're creating all these videos and you're saying to yourself, so what? I'm making all these videos, what do I do next? The idea really is to actually bring them into your world. So you're making the one problem, one solution videos, so you're solving people's problems, you're bringing them into your world, and then what you're doing is you're funneling them, I don't like the word funnel, but you're funneling them into a Skool community, a community where you can nurture further. And from there, you can actually sell your knowledge. So you're still nurturing in the community, but you're selling your knowledge at a higher rate. So now what you've got, you've not just got YouTube videos that you're publishing for the sake of publishing, you're now creating an asset that's actually going to pay you now and also into the future. But what's really, really important is your videos need to position you as the expert. When you're positioned as an expert, your viewers will trust you, all right? And those are the two things you really need. You need trust and you need authority when you're actually making your videos. And it's easily achieved if you're solving people's problems, all right? If they type into Google, into YouTube, they've got a problem and you've got a video that solves their problem, you basically tick off those two things, trust and authority, in one fell swoop. Then when they watch more of your videos, it's much easier for them then to actually go to your Skool community. And do you know what I love about this theory and this strategy? It's not you trying to fight with the Mr. Beasts of the world. You're not fighting against cat videos. You are solving people's problems, and the competition for that is a lot smaller than a Mr. Beast video. Let me bring you into this dirty little secret of YouTube marketing, content creation. If you get help with this, if you get help by a mentor that helps you actually create YouTube videos and do exactly what I'm saying, you are looking at, and this is the dirty little secret, you're looking at between 12 and 18 months, all right? That's with help. Without help, and this is just me being serious now, without help, you are looking at years, because there is so much to learn with YouTube that if you don't have the help, it's going to be a massive struggle. And the reason for this is YouTube is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is literally a path to profitability if you actually do things the right way. And what I'm finding is slow compounding beats fast failures, and you manage expectations now. You basically avoid quitting in month 4. You just keep going, you keep uploading, because Google, YouTube don't really trust new channels. They need to see that trust and authority being shown day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. If you stop for any length of period of time, then the trust and authority goes right down in YouTube's books. So once you make these videos, once you get into your Skool community, how do you actually make money out of your knowledge? You basically sell in reasonable terms a digital product, for example, $27, $47, $97. You can sell them a course, for example, that can go anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000, depending on what you're trying to teach. Or you can basically start a Skool community like I have, where you can actually charge them per month, and that's on a subscription basis. Even then though, you can still sell higher price things when they're actually in your community. And you know what I'm finding is most of the time it's not because you don't have the knowledge up here. It's the tech skills that you're missing. It's knowing what tools to use in order to actually do some research, for example, knowing which platform to do your research from, knowing how to craft a perfect script that actually delivers what you want to deliver, knowing how to batch record your videos. So when I say batch record, I mean recording several videos before you upload them, edit them, get them just right, and then you basically schedule them on the YouTube platform to go out either every other day or every 3 or 4 days. But the key here is actually being consistent with it. And this is another thing that people don't tell you. If you do this properly, you have a business that's not only lasting the test of time because you're making evergreen videos, okay? So this formula, this process that I'm showing you can pay you now and can pay you in the future. But what people don't tell you as well, it can also pay your children, it can also pay your grandchildren as well. Because long after you've gone, that channel, that Skool community can still be alive, it can still be managed by the people, your children, your grandchildren. Even when you're not here, it can actually still pay them as well. So here's what I want you to do first. I want you to audit your expertise. How many problems did you solve? Probably over 100 in your career. And if you come up with an idea, then I want you to join my community, okay? It's called the Content Revenue Lab. We bring people in that are looking to monetize their expertise, especially if you're over 40, and we show you how to actually craft your titles, your thumbnails, all the things that you're supposed to do in order to become a creator and a creator of assets in the future. And then what's really powerful is within the community, we show you how to repurpose that content. So from one video, we're making multiple pieces of content as well. So look, in this short video, I can only obviously go into so much in a video like this. So I'll leave a link in the description of the community that I have that teaches over 40s how to monetize their mind, monetize their knowledge. And I'd really love to see you there. And in the community, we've got templates, we've got workflows, we've got case studies, and you can come and learn the system as it is. And what you can do is we post content in the community when you can leave comments if you want to understand more about something, or if you don't want anyone else to know exactly what you're asking, you can send me a DM. I'm very transparent. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. If you got them and you don't want anyone else to know, I'm happy for you to do that. And if that's of interest to you, the link is in the description. And you know what? You don't even have to join the community, okay? If it's not for you, that's totally fine. All I ask you to do is just subscribe to this channel, and I put out content every week. And obviously, if that's of interest to you, click on the subscribe button. If you can't find it, it's actually in the description as well. And do you know what? That's it. If you want to hear more, subscribe. And if you want to join the community, the link is in the description.